Hello everyone, my name is Shaniqua, and I usually wouldn't do like stuff like this, and I'm so nervous because it's my first time recording a video and putting it out there for people to see. But I want to tell my testimony, and I want to tell it because if I can help someone keep from going down the wrong path that I did, I will tell it. Because the things that I've been through the past couple of years, I wouldn't want anybody to go through anything like that. Because I have been through the worst. And you talking about pain? Oh my goodness. But I'm telling you my testimony, and I'm also letting you know that God is real and what He has done for me. And so here it goes. About I guess 7 to 8 years back, after I graduated high school, I ended up dating this guy. He was a little older than me. I came from a good background. I had a very wonderful childhood. I wasn't around anything negative. I mean, not really. I wasn't. Um, you know, my great grandparents and, my mother, we went to church. So I believed in God. I always, believed in God. But I believed in Him, but I didn't know His words. So I started dating this guy after high school. He was the total opposite, of me. A bad boy in the streets. Um, the worst, you name it, whatever. So I ended up, getting into drugs. Um, at first when I was, doing it was just to have fun, like going out on the weekends. Um, like this guy I dated, he took me through the worst. I have never felt so low in my life. Like he made me feel low, like I was trash, like I was dirt. So I did what I could, to keep him into me, to want him to like me, want me. I wanted him to love me like I loved him. As I think about it now, he didn't love me. He just used me. I was young, naive. I was the type of person that, I was nice to people and I expect people to be nice to me back. And, I was a people pleaser. I wanted to, always make sure that I wanted everyone, to be happy around me. I wanted everybody to like me. I didn't want anybody to dislike me. So I started doing, things I knew was wrong when it gets my morals and my values. But I did it because I wanted to make him happy. I wanted him to see that I was, for him, that I love him, and that I would do anything, to make him happy. But I shouldn't have did that because, doing that, I stepped into a whole nother world, a whole nother world. I went through physical abuse, verbal abuse. And the whole time, outsiders didn't know because as soon as I was around other people, I always had a smile on my face. I always had a positive attitude. I was happy all the time. Like nobody knew I was going through anything. But on the inside, it felt like I was dying. Literally, it felt like I was dying. So, started, using drugs, to not feel the pain that I was feeling. Everything, I went through, I just kept it bottled up in my mind. I didn't tell anybody. Doing that, I ended up, being addicted. Being addicted to Percocets, opioids. So I was literally, high every day, because I didn't want to face reality. I didn't want to deal with all those thoughts, I had, in my mind. I didn't want to think about it. I just kept pushing it back, pushing it back. Doing that, it changed me. My attitude got so horrible. I was angry all the time, quick to snap. Um, I got to where I didn't trust people because not only my ex, treated me wrong and, hurt me. So, like other people, like for no reason, because people knew I was nice. And I'm the type of person where, if I can help someone, I will. And people saw that and they used that to their advantage. They used me to get what they wanted from me. Just going through all that, like, it was horrible. It was very horrible. I I changed into this whole other person that I didn't know. It got to the point where I didn't recognize myself. I hated looking at myself in the mirror. I hated it because I didn't like who I saw. Um, I was so off track, and I didn't know where I went off track at. Like I was so far gone, so far gone. But the whole time, I would always pray to God, no matter what I went through. I never blamed Him. I never, blamed anyone because I'm the type of person that, no matter what I go through, like I feel like everything happens for a reason. And if you go through it, like it's meant to happen. And I'm the type of person that I will find the positive, in every negative situation. I always, try to look for the lesson, instead of, what happened and how did it make me feel. I try to go deeper and try to find out what is it meant for me to learn from it. Um, I helped everybody around me while I'm going through my storm, covering up my emotions, putting a smile on my face, and I'm giving, my friends and people around me advice, helping other people out when I felt so horrible inside. And I do that because when someone comes to me and wants to talk or have an advice, like I truly care about people. If a person want to come to me and talk, like I won't turn anybody down. Like I care for people. I just I'm just that type of person. I'm caring, I'm loving, like I have a tender heart. And like the whole time, like I always pray to God. I would cry, to Him and tell Him, how I felt and the confusion I felt by the pain that was, put up on me by my ex and by just other people using me. And this year, it's like everything just felt like the world came crashing down on me. Um, Now let me change that. Last year, the end of last year, and this year, last November, um, at my home, I had two overdoses. Yes, two overdoses, and I'm here to talk about it. Um, my first overdose, I was taken, to the hospital, and the doctor in the ER had told me, well, what I had took was heroin. The doctor came back and said, the drug that was in my, system was heroin and fentanyl. Um, I was shocked because, I would hear about fentanyl, but I never knew anything, about the drug. I never knew anything about it. Didn't even know anyone who did it. But I know how powerful and how potent it really is. I know, a lot of people who have overdoses with fentanyl in it, you know, doesn't live to tell, their story. And the fact that I overdosed twice in one night, nothing but God. Nothing but God. And I also want to say, like, the more I started spiraling out of control, I just had this feeling that God was pulling me closer and closer and closer to Him. I didn't get a feeling that He, was angry at me or, didn't want to have anything to do with me. Like, I didn't get that feeling. So, after my two overdoses, I started seeking Him for myself. Not because others, told me, to seek Him. Like, I started myself. Because I was tired of the way I was living. I was tired of going through the same thing over and over again. So I just started talking to Him, praying and just talking to Him, really talking to Him, One day, I got a prophetic vision, and it was God. It was God. Like, I'm going to tell you about it, but I just want to say, when it happened, I was so shocked. Because I was the type of person that I always wondered, like, how do God sound like? You know how the people in church and they tell their testimony and they like God talk to them. I'm like, I wonder how do God sounds like? Like, how was it like? Like, how do you know like He's talking to you? When it happened to me, like I knew for a fact it was God. His voice. I mean, it sounded like I was talking to myself, but it was my voice. But I knew it wasn't me talking. But I also can hear Him. I can hear God. It's like when I was talking to Him, because He was behind me. I never saw His face, but from behind me, it was like this bright golden light. And I could feel His right hand on my shoulder. And it felt like just a strong hand, like a mighty hand. But He had it resting so gently on my shoulder. being in his presence, it felt so wonderful. It's like his presence is just relaxing, just soothing. And the way he talks to you is like it's so gentle. It just it felt so wonderful. Like I don't know the place I was at because all around me it was just white. Like the whitest white I have ever seen in my life. Like super bright white. Just white. But coming from, the back of me while he was talking, I just remember just this golden bright light just shining. And that experience with him, it changed my life. Like it's changing my life. He God has saved me so many times. So many times. I actually prayed to him one time that I wanted for him to make me heartless because I didn't understand why people would hurt me and use me and take advantage of me when all I wanted to do was like help people because I have a great heart. So I felt like if he made me heartless, like I can be like them and it won't hurt so bad, when people hurt me, that I can be just like them, but I can't. I can't. I tried to be that way. Karma ended up coming back on me every single time. And trying to be low down and hateful, like it wasn't me, like it's not me. God didn't make me that way at all. I knew, I was different growing up. But my adult years, I really knew like it's something to me, like the way I can like pick up on people's energy without them even saying anything. Um, um, the feeling I get around people who are negative, who are evil, like the feeling, I just get a weird feeling. And a lot of times I don't even know I'm doing it, but I would literally distance myself from them. But I never paid attention to it. But coming to find out, now like I know, it was a reason why every time I was in a bad situation or around negative people, evil people, you want to say, like I always had a feeling, but I always would brush it off. I would pay it no attention. I would just turn the other way and ended up regretting it. But communicating with God and God communicating with me, like it is wonderful. It is so wonderful. Like I'm here today because of God. I am. I'm here today because of God. I always thought I had no place, on earth. I asked him, what is my purpose? I didn't understand like why I was here. Like, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Because I felt like at the time that, I shouldn't be here. I didn't even want to live. God carried me when I didn't even want to carry myself. God gave my family strength to carry me when I did not want to carry myself. And I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for those around me who really love me, have my best interests at heart. So, like now, he wanted me to tell my testimony And, just to let everyone know that, God is wonderful. He's wonderful. I don't know that much about his word, but I'm learning. I'm learning. Like when I say nothing, I mean I little by little, but I'm learning. Over the past couple of months, I have learned so much within my 31 years, just over the past couple of months. But God is wonderful. He is. He's saved. Who, when I say save me plenty of times. Blessed me over and over and over when I felt like I didn't even deserve it. His love, I have never felt a love like God's ever. I don't even have a word for it. The way it feels. It's the type of love that I've been searching for all my life from other people. And it was God all along who I needed to be, get into and, turn to and build a relationship with. Because that's the love right there. His love, it fills me. It fills me up. The peaceness he gives you, it feels so wonderful. So wonderful. When he talks to me, like when he corrects me on things that, that I'm doing wrong. Like he'll correct you, but it won't be in a horrible, loud way. Like his voice is so soft. And he's serious with you. It's just that he has authority in his voice when he letting you know that you're doing something over and over wrong, that you need to change it. But he's wonderful. I'm learning about him. My relationship with him is becoming stronger and stronger every day. I was nervous about doing this video because I've never done a video and posted it out there for people, to see. But I'm with God. If my testimony can save at least one life, then nervous or not, I'm coming on here making a video, and I don't care who sees it. So, you know, but I just can't. I just can't wait for all the things he has to offer me. I feel like with God in my life, I have a second chance, and I'm happy. It's hard some days, it really is, because Satan attacked me every way I turn. It feels like he attacks me more now than, before I had a relationship with God. But I get frustrated. I do. I get frustrated sometimes. I get drained. But I'm never giving up. The journey that God has me on, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. So Satan can hit me with everything that he can think of. I'm not quitting. But I just want to let all of you know that God is real. He's amazing. My Heavenly Father. He saw the beauty I had within me, my great heart, even though all the bad things I've done. He's amazing. And if you don't know him, I would highly suggest for you to get to know him, build that relationship with him, because with God in your life, by your side, walking with you on your journey through life, you will avoid a lot of unnecessary hurt. Not saying you're not going to go through hurt, but you avoid a lot of unnecessary. And like you won't go wrong, because he'll be there, to help you along your journey. Ask him, if you need help, if you are unsure about something or how you feeling, he will help you. And he will be right there when you call. Every time. He's there. He's holding your hand. But he has been amazing to me. And I'm excited about my future now. Like, I really am. I have the way I view myself. It's so different now because of, God. Like, I'm seeing the Shaniqua I wanted. I'm seeing the Shaniqua, the younger Shaniqua, wanted to be when she, gets older. But that's my testimony, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm really praying that it touched at least one person. So I love you guys, and God bless you all.